Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is another journaling process video. This is number 5, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. In this process, I'm not doing anything chronologically. I didn't have an event or something that took place for me to journal chronologically about. I actually ran across an old photo of myself and one of my oldest friends, Ashley. We've been friends for 20 something years, and I had some stuff set aside that I knew I wanted to use in a spread about her. So I found that photo and I thought I'm gonna use that one. So this is a collection pack from Basic Grey. It's quite old. It's from 2009. And it's called Nook and Pantry, but the papers in it are perfect for journals. I love them. I was going through it and was oohing and awing over it the whole time. And I actually recently got it from a scrapbooking yard sale, and I was so excited. So I had a few things picked out. I knew somewhat where I wanted to go with it, but not 100%. And I wasn't sure how many pages I was going to end up using. I went with the egg beater paper, and my friend, she is an amazing cook. Oh my gosh, just everything she makes is melt in your mouth delicious. I think so anyways. Well, a lot of people do. So whenever I see anything having to do with food or cooking, I always think of her and my grandmother and my mother-in-law too, because all three of them are just wonderful at cooking. I, on the other hand, not so much. I struggle, and the struggle is real, but it's okay. So yeah, so I had that photo, and I had a little piece of paper that I wanted to write a story about with her. I was looking through some images the other day in some of my books, and I saw that one of those two girls, and it actually reminded me of us. And because I love to read, and I just liked it, so I know I wanted to use it in a spread about the two of us. So I set it aside to use, and I'm just trying to figure out where exactly I want it to go. So I was thinking maybe I would tip that in there, but I didn't really like the way that it looked on that paper. I preferred it on the white paper, and then I was thinking I would just journal. And that white paper is music note, like blank music note paper for students or whoever, writing music. So I just tucked that back there. And then I also knew of something else I wanted to write about on that paper, which is it's a game. It came in a game that I got. So yeah. So I was thinking I would tip that in, but then I kind of liked how it looked on that green vellum paper. So then I was like, well, maybe I'll just glue it on this vellum paper, or maybe I'll make a pocket out of it. So I was kind of just going back and forth and thinking. And like I said, I am all over the place with this spread, so I'm sorry, but I guess that's just how I roll. I just go back and forth, back and forth. So I was looking through these pieces that I had that I knew I wanted to use, and I had made her a journal, her and her daughter. And I was asking her questions and her daughter questions so I could put things in it that they really loved. And I knew that one of her favorite animals was a dolphin, but I was kind of like, so what are your favorite animals? And she gave me a few, and then she said, oh, and a baby goat. And then she started cracking up laughing, and she was like, they're so funny. So anyways, so I had this baby goat picture, and it made me think of her, so I knew I wanted to put that in there as well. And then I was looking for in these magazines that I have. I've been on a magazine kick lately. I just am liking them in my journals. So I was looking for an image that had to do with telephones, because we talk like every day, just about. And so I knew I wanted to have something to do with phones. And I had that one of that lady, but I wasn't really feeling it, so. So, yeah, so I liked that. I, at this point, still had not found my glue sticks, or I was out. I don't remember which, because I did this spread a while ago. Since then, I bought some more. So yeah, so then I had this little telephone cut out from a vintage dictionary that is, I think, from the 1930s. If I'm not mistaken. I love it. I love children's dictionaries. They just, they help and, tell your story of what you want to journal about. And then that was another little piece. I think it was on that other page of a table with a telephone table. Which I want to get a telephone table. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but I think that it would be fun to have. So yeah, so I have this little baby goat page that I know I wanted to put somewhere. And then I had that piece of paper that said things to do that I wanted to put in there as well. So I know I was going to have to make a pocket or something, is what I was thinking. Maybe I would put a pocket. I guess I could have cut a lot of that out. All of that. Trying to figure out what I want to do. So I cut my little baby goat down. I'm sorry I'm not fully in screen there. So then I had, it's a playing card. And I was thinking I could use that to put that piece of paper in. And then that was just a scrap that I had laying around. And I liked it, because it kind of went with, the food theme, sort of. So yeah, so that works out good for me there. I liked it. And then I'm still fiddling with that telephone. So now I'm just looking through my washi so that I can tape down. I didn't have to tape it down, but I kind of wanted to add an extra piece of tape just to make sure that that pocket was good and secured. So I went with this washi tape here, but I had to cut it because it was really wide, too wide. And then I decided to put that little telephone table there. And so then back to this paper. So V8 Juice makes me think of her as well. And it kind of went along with the story that I was wanting to tell. We always, on a regular basis, talk about how we want to lose some weight, and we come up with these plans where we're not, I know, we're not going to, say, eat sugar for the week, or we're going to do this or that or whatever, and we do good for a little while, and then, it's a total fail. But it's a pretty frequent thing in our conversations. It'll be like, Ashley, we got to do something, and she's like, I know, what are we gonna do? So it's just always a back and forth. So I thought that the win, lose, or draw was kind of appropriate. So I kind of wanted to tell that story about how we're always back and forth with it, and it's funny to me, anyways. It's funny. So, and then that piece of paper, it was a to-do list with the days of the week on it, and I can never remember her work schedule, even though her work schedule is like almost the same it is the same every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but I always mess it up. And so I was talking to her on the phone one day, and I had that pad by me, so I thought I'm gonna ask her again and write it down. And when I asked her, I was like, what do you work again? And she kind of was like, you and John, which is her husband. And I giggled, and I'm like, what? She's like, y'all can never remember my schedule. It's terrible. And it just cracked me up. So when she was telling me, I was writing down her hours on each day of the week so that I would remember. And I just thought it was so funny that I couldn't remember her schedule, and her husband always messes up her schedule too, even though it's the same. And so I just kind of wanted to document that because I thought it was hilarious. So then I'm over here on this telephone page, and that is a stamp, and it had I don't know, it had a telephone and an envelope and a TV, and I think that other thing is maybe a record player, or I don't know what it is. But anyways, it had a telephone on it, so I was going to use it. And I liked it. And then that sticker there says giggle. And I laugh so much with her. Like, so much. She just gets me going and I can't stop. And then we're both just cracking up with tears in our eyes. And it's not, a lot of times it's not even super funny stuff, but we laugh at each other. So, and then that was a sticker that said lifelong, lasting the whole of a lifetime. Because she will be one of my lifelong friends. And then these are some just little printable labels. I think I just Googled free printable labels or something, and those came up. Or maybe it was free vintage printable labels. So when we do talk about trying to lose weight, a lot of the time she says that she's just gonna do like a juice fast or something, and I'll just use my V8 juice. I'll drink my V8 juice. So I had to put that in there because when I see V8, I think of her, and she loves tomatoes, so it went. And then that sticker there says gratitude, because I am so very grateful for our friendship. She's really been there for me through some hard times in my life. So I just wanted to put some washi on that. Oh, and the sweet thing is concerning me, because I'll do really good up until I crave something sweet, and then I'm just done for. Then it's just a total fail. And the cheese, we both love cheese. So of course, we talk about cheese frequently, which I know is kind of funny to say. But yeah, we're big cheese people. So I like that today sticker because, the picture is from us when we were younger. And then the story that I'm telling about there is about our relationship today, and just something silly that we always go back and forth with our new diets. What are we going to do this week kind of thing. And then those stickers, they're actually little food printables that I printed and cut on my Cricut. And so I was just looking for maybe another label or just something else to add. So I just pulled out this little folder that I made that I have some little doodads and little bits of ephemera. And I was surprised that I found quite a few things that would go. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about these. So I peeled that sticker up because I found okay, I'm just showing you those ones that I print and cut. That was like when I first got my Cricut, which was last year for Mother's Day, and I still had them. But yeah, I found this little poultry label. I think it's from the 1960s. And then I had this that was from another vintage magazine, and it was for oranges. And she actually lives in a town that is full of orange groves. So I liked it. I thought it went. And then I put this little sticker that says, a real friend is one who walks in when the rest of the world walks out. So And then that sticker I had filled up, I was just kind of trying to figure out where I wanted to put it. And then these are some more little vintage labels that I got. I think I got them on Etsy a long time ago. And I was just trying to figure out which one I wanted. I liked them all, but I felt like some of them kind of blended in. They didn't really pop. But I went with the green one because I felt like it was, you know, popped more. So I put that little orange tree. I think I liked it there, so I stick it there. And then that Cheese Wisms sticker I just put by the little goat. And I went with the green label. And so I wanted to use my little phrase stamps, my roll of phrase stamps. And I put "You Are My Fave." And then I think that about does it. I do my journaling, and I think that's it. So thank you all very much for joining me, and I will see you next time.